Well, good morning. I'm going to talk about preserving stuff for long term. Now, you can buy one of these little vacuum pumps for about 20 bucks, 15, 20 bucks. If you don't have that, you can buy these auction eaters for a package. I put it in the These little auction eaters are real reasonable on Amazon. And even if you don't have that, you can use 2 liter bottles. These are red beans that I stored. I know it's backwards. The second day of 2013. I didn't use an auctionator or anything. See how the sides are sucked in? It sucked all the oxygen out of it anyway. As long as you keep them dry or whatever, they're good. Alright. And that ain't the only thing you can store in bottles. Here's some that's stored. That was, what was that? That was 2013. Here's 2012. I put spaghetti in them. Let me see if you can see it. It's so light you can't see it. And that'll store. That's been there for 12, 24, 10, 12 years. I just use a regular pop bottle, 2 liter. Now it's a trick to get the beans in there, but there's other ways you can store it. Now here's some powdered eggs in my Marlo bag, or a little plastic bag that I made up. Reason you want to use pop bottles is because it keeps the mice and stuff out of it. Now they'll chew on this and get in it unless you put it in a 5-gallon bucket, plastic bucket, which is $5. But you can store a lot of different things in them. Here's some that it's got powdered eggs in it. See how it sucks itself out? It collapses itself. And I wrote on it, I guess it's 2012, but see how it sucks itself in? Alright. And then you can take the plastic bags like this. Beans are cheap. And they've got a lot of protein in them. Different kinds of beans. A lot of protein. And you put them in a 5-gallon bucket. And if you ain't got a 5-gallon bucket, save your plastic containers. Either it's pop. You have to put the beans in one at a time in the pop. But these here are basically got a bigger mouth. You can use a funnel to put them down in there. Here's an old applesauce container. Pour them in there. And you got thermos bottles hanging around. Now this is what I call long term. It'll last 100 years in here. And I always throw in some energy packs in there if you got them. Now see, now this is really long term. This is glass that I vacuum seal. Put auction eaters in there, and now this will last longer than I'll live. Probably my kids and my grandkids. As long as you keep it in a dark place and away from no submergent water. This dark, cool place, and then these little things here. a little vacuum pump thing. You get 2 lids. You get a big mouth and a small mouth. And a pump and a hose. But the main thing about it is you can do a lot different things if you want to. I'll put this back up. But now I've got short term, long term, indefinite term. But like I said, these beans are perfectly fine, red kidney beans from 2006, second month, second day of 2013. And I've been cooking out of them. That's how come it's so low. But they're perfectly fine. I have one in there with rice in it. I like things like this because it keeps the mice and stuff out of it. Mice ain't gonna chew in this. Because our bug ain't gonna get in it or any other damn thing. But if you can't afford glass, because these will cost you about $5 a piece, or you ain't got a bunch of stainless steel containers. Now, I bought these years ago. Been made in China. But it's stainless steel. How long will stainless steel last? I don't know. Probably a long, long time. But if you can't do that, save your containers, plastic containers. That'll put quite a few beans in these containers. Take an auction eater. These auction eaters, I always put a couple inside there. Put them inside there and seal them up. And that'll last as long as that plastic will. How long will plastic last? Well, they're bitching about it in the ocean for 100,000 years, but I don't know if it'll last that long. But as long as you put it in a dry, cool place, it should last quite a while. I just dropped that in there. But beans are cheap. Rice is cheap. I mean, you can get all kinds of glass. This is an old cup I bought at the Goodwill for $1.50, I think it was. But beans are cheap. They're high in protein. You can read on here. These are lima beans. This one is discolored. I take it out. But these plastic bags, as long as you got them inside a 5-gallon bucket with 4 or 5 auction eaters in there and seal it up, this bag just cost me $1. And if it's me, that'd give me 2 meals. If I would cook half of them at a time. This here give me about 4 meals if I'm on ration out. It's got 25% fiber in it. Calories, 22 grams per serving. How much is a serving? About 26%, or a quarter of a cup. So a quarter of a cup of these, after they've been before they've been cooked, will give you a serving. Now, these bigger bags, this is 8 pounds of pinto beans. I got boxes and boxes of these, as I save them up. The point about it is, there's ways to save and preserve food, even for the poorest person. But I've been busy. I put up 8 quarts of stew the other day. What else did I put up? Bunch of stuff. And These here, these plastic containers, this here says 2012. 3000. No, it's 2012. Third month, 16th day of 2012. And that'd be good as long as that plastic's in there. And they'll suck in themselves. Especially, I didn't even put oxygen eaters in them. But it does last a lot longer if you put an oxygen eater in there. But beans, rice, pastas, all kinds of odds and ends stuff that you can buy. You've already bought the plastic containers when you buy the pop. Now what I do is I just take the get something to tear it with. I just take the I just take the lid off of it. Got my pocket so I can put it in the trash. And after I fill it up what I want to, best used by April the 20th, 2004. And make sure anything that's had food in it is a safe plastic container. You know, and a lot of them have that triangle seal on the bottom of them. You know, it's safe for food. Now, how long will stainless last? I don't know. 100, 200 years. Glass will last forever. And there's and the lid's probably good dry place, probably 75, 80 years. These bags, put them in a big plastic container, or drop them down in stainless steel or glass. I just don't like varmints and critters getting into it. You hear Big Boy, he's mad because I've got him blocked off because he won't let me finish the video. But like I said, think of ways to save up stuff. Now, like I went to the discount house, I bought this bag for $1. Well, I bought probably 10 bags here. You can buy one, you can buy two. When you go to the store, buy one little extra bag. I mean, that's a way to start. Or buy an extra bag of pasta. Extra deal of beans. See, these beans are perfectly fine, and they've been in here since 2013. Here's powdered eggs. I've been eating them. Look how low I got it. Well, I dehydrated them. Now, you don't have to dehydrate. You can freeze eggs. Hear him? But like I said, save and put up, because we don't know what's going on. And besides that, 1 month we might have extra money. 1 month we might have to eat our stuff that we put up. We don't know one day the next. So you can't trust anything or anybody. Like I said, save these plastic containers. If they're glass, that's even better. If you ain't got a vacuum machine, then buy some of these cheap oxygen eaters. Where the heck is that? Yeah. See that one in there? Buy that oxygen eater. You see that? And if you ain't got that, save them things out of your medicines. I mean, you know, everybody's got to eat. These plastic containers are the way to go. If you ain't got glass, you ain't got stainless, uh, you can seal up anything. I told you how to do that. But the main thing about it is look out for tomorrow, for you and your kids and your grandkids. Or look at maybe 1 month, like I said, you got money. Next month you ain't got none. It happens. I gotta get my wine put up over here. It's over here. Here's my beans. I buy these beans every time I go in town. I'll buy one of these bags of beans, $3, $4, $5. 8 pounds of them, put them up. But like I said, I put spices in my stainless steel. I've got regular thermoses. Anything, like if I do parsley or whatever, I'll put it in my stainless steel containers. That way I've got spices. And I gotta go attend to that dog. But I hope this helps some people. But like I said, hear him? Let me move you back up here. Yep, my dogs are a mess. But I do a lot of canning. I do a lot of preserving. I do a lot, just, you name it, I got my hand in it somewhere. But I've got to get these put up. Either that or go put them in a 5-gallon plastic bucket. I usually do that. But I really want, really long term, it's glass or stainless steel. But I've been putting a lot of stuff up in glass here lately. These here I'm going to keep probably for 20 years. I live that long. But I showed you here that 2013, 14, 15, would be 10, 11 years it's been in here. 11 years. I guess I count that good. This has been here. This has been in here for 2012, so to that, it's been in here 12 years, I guess. And like I said, it's still good. 12 years later, I can eat something for 12. It's 12 years old. Now your beans are one of your better products, and pasta's another one. Now I could take one of my tomato sauces that I canned up, or anything else, and cook the pasta. But like I said, you can keep it, like I said, 10, 12, 15 years. I've been eating on the beans. I've been eating on the powdered eggs. I make pancakes and stuff out of that. But like I said, beans, rice. I was going to bring some rice in here that I've used. It's about 2011, something like that. About 12, 13 years old. I've been eating up some of my older preps, putting new preps up and eating the older ones. And that's a good option. I take these kids' raisins that I buy at the discount house, nobody wants. I make vinegar out of it. Make raisin wine. Make all kinds of cookies out of it. But like I said, start putting stuff up. I mean, $1 a bag. $1 a bag. $3 a bag. $5 a bag. Pasta. You can get some of that stuff on sale, 49 cents. At the discount house, you can get some for 35 cents. And depends on what pasta you buy, you might pay $2 for it. But that's something you're going to eat 12, 15 years down the road. If you got enough to put it up. Keep it out of the sunlight. Everything stays out of the sunlight. Even if it's in a jar, stainless steel ain't so bad, but anything that the light can get into cuts down on the preserving time. You want to keep it in a dark place. And if you ain't got nothing like that, throw something over the top of it. Throw a blanket over it or whatever. But like I said, keep everything out of the sunlight. I don't have to worry about this back room. It don't ever get too much light. Now this summer it might, but I'll move things around by then. But like I said, store up on honey. I showed you about the Karo syrup that I bartered for. That's sugar. I can use it to bake a cake or bake cookies or anything else in it that requires sugar. But start putting up your food. Everybody said, well, put up gold and this, that, and other. Can't eat it. Useless. Metals, precious metals, useless. Can't eat it. And after people starving, who's got, they done traded all that away a long time ago. Because they didn't put up no food. Now, I'm going to let you go. I will talk to you later. Here, my babies, they had a snack this morning, but I didn't feed them breakfast. Now they want their breakfast. Put up a lot of dog food, too. Gotta go.